Menopausal and perimenopausal women, listen up. It's time to take control of your health and comfort, and Winona is here to help. Winona is a telemedicine company for menopause care who believes that your symptoms are real, important, and deserve to be taken seriously. And for many women, this starts with hormone replacement therapy. Winona's HRT is made with plant-based, bioidentical hormones rather than synthetic ones, so it better aligns with your body to offer relief from hot flashes, weight gain, and other uncomfortable symptoms. 80% of women who use Winona find relief within just 90 days. So, what are you waiting for? Get started today. Visit buywinona.com today to start your free visit. With free shipping and the ability to pause or cancel at any time, your path to wellness has zero obligations. Use code SPRING24 at buywinona.com for 25% off your first treatment plan. That's BYWINONA.com for 25% off. Winona. Menopause care made easy. Summer is the season of hot temperatures, outdoor adventures, and refreshing water activities. Summer is also the season of rough on your feet, causing dry, cracked heels and toes. Introducing Baby Foot, the original exfoliation foot peel that contains 16 natural extracts formulated to remove dead skin cells in 3 easy steps. Apply the booties, relax for an hour, then wash your feet. In 14 days, you've got baby smooth skin and your feet have never been softer. Letting dead skin cells build up over time is hazardous to your foot health. Our professional-grade DIY products, like our original exfoliation foot peel, our men's foot peel, or our moisturizing mask, are some of the best foot care products on the market, created with your foot health in mind. Pamper yourself with a spa day from the comfort and convenience of your own home with Baby Foot. If you want a chemical-free, easy-to-use exfoliating process from the company that created the original foot peel, it's time to treat yourself to Baby Foot. Go to babyfoot.com and use the code SUMMERFEET24 and get 20% off your first order with Baby Foot. That's babyfoot.com and use the code SUMMERFEET24.
Hello, and welcome to Too Stupid to Live, a podcast that reviews romance novels $5 and under. I'm your host, Becky Feldman, and this is a special episode in the Hot as Hell with TSTL series. And who is getting hot as hell today? Well, it's my friends, writers and actors, Haley Mancini and Gina Ippolito. Haley is a writer and voiceover actress who's worked on the Powerpuff Girls and the upcoming Netflix show Last Kids on Earth. And Gina is a writer on the Murphy Brown reboot and has also written for regular show. And together, these two have written a sexy and subversive graphic novel called B.A.B.E Squad. So we talk about their book, and then we review a few naughty stories from Rock Hard, a collection of short erotic stories, which is currently free. So you better turn up that AC, because we're about to get hot as hell with TSTL. Well, Haley, Gina, are you guys ready to get hot as hell with TSTL?
I'm ready.
Whoa. Well, welcome to the show. Super excited to have you here. So yeah, you guys have written a book called B.A.B.E Squad.
It's true.
So yeah,
the rumors are true.
The rumors are true. The sexy rumors.
I love sexy rumors.
The best kind of rumors.
Yeah. Any other rumor can just take a seat.
Yeah.
If it's sexy, that's all I want to hear. So yeah, do you guys want to give us, like, you both are comedy writers and performers out here in Los Angeles. So like, I want to know all about this and all about you guys. What made you guys want to write a graphic novel?
Oh, man. Well, we were actually both at Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Haley was staffed on Powerpuff Girls. I was staffed on regular show. And Cartoon Network has this awesome open door policy that you can just pitch anything to them if you're working there. And so we wanted to take advantage of it.
They were doing a thing with TBS too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They were doing an adult branch.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So we came up with a few ideas for different, like, adult animated series, and one of them was B.A.B.E Squad. And that one was our favorite. So we got some character designs. We wrote like a rough little outline for a show, pitched it to them. They loved it, but decided it was too adult.
It was too adult for their adult TBS branch.
It was very adult. It was very sexy.
For TBS, they wanted like this, like more of a Family Guy or a
Bob's Burgers
sort of thing. So we were like, oh yeah, ours is definitely not that, because it's like, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meets Sex in the City.
Yeah,
and I know
yeah.
we're supposed to say like more like X-Men meets Sex in the City now because
I
like we
mean-
need it to be like remind people that it's definitely not for children.
I feel like
okay,
one
that
guy
makes sense.
said that, and I don't agree because even
kinda
in the
d-
meeting the other day, they cracked up laughing when we
Yeah,
said
I
it.
know. I'm like, come on, guys. So it's about 4 aspiring models who get pushed off of the highest catwalk into the world into a vat of radioactive furs.
Yep.
And they come out half sexy ladies, half horrible mutants.
Yeah, and
so
they
they
want to
have to-
find who did this to them, so
Yeah.
they become crime fighters.
Crime fighters.
That's so cool. So okay, just so like when you say like half mutant,
Yeah.
half sexy ladies, like what, like if someone hasn't seen the any pages of this not
Yeah,
book
yeah.
yet, like what do they look like?
Well, one girl is like a hot blonde head, like a Heidi Klum type of model
Yeah.
on an armadillo body.
That's like the size of a human body.
Yeah, yeah. In the graphic novel, she's little, but in
In
our
the
original
show,
character
yeah.
designs,
Yeah.
she was big. And then there's another girl who's half spider, so she has a bunch of hideous spider legs.
And she can shoot her tits off.
Yeah, yeah.
She can't shoot webs. She can shoot her tits off.
Yeah,
And then they regenerate.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
got it.
yeah,
I just needed to
yeah.
They
picture this,
regenerate.
yeah.
So it's like, yeah, she thought she could shoot webs, but it doesn't work. And she
Yeah.
ends up just like shitting on the floor.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then there's Sasha, who's the leader, who's sort of half.
She's kind of like a satyr.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's where they
like
the
goat
bottom half
type.
is like a sheep. Yeah.
Oh,
so then
okay, got it,
she's
Yeah,
Got
so she
it,
has
okay.
she has sort of like animal ears and is sort of sheep hooves and legs,
yeah. And then
furry legs. And then the last one, B.A.B.E.
base name taken from my cat.
Yeah,
BB.
yeah,
Yes, oh,
yeah.
yes.
But if B.B. were a model who wanted an accent over the wrong
B.
letter, and she's the only one that remains physically the same, but her inside she's half goose. So
Yes.
her brain is half goose.
Yeah.
So all she can do is honk, but all the men love her and don't notice that she's just honking.
Yeah, they're like,
because-
she's so smart and so funny.
They think that
It's
she's the best one.
yeah.
What? That's such great commentary.
And their sensei's half toilet.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
She was
Carol.
also a model back in the day.
And she got transformed
yeah.
too, which you'll have to read to see the mystery. kind
of how she got turned.
Yeah.
So what does B.A.B.E stand for?
You tell us.
yeah.
Do I really have to do this?
I mean, you can.
You can.
Boobs, ass, butt, energy.
Wow,
Oh,
that's, really
a good one.
That's
You should
really
write
good.
that
That's
one
great.
down.
Yeah, we got to write that down.
We're in the process right now of just finding out what everyone thinks it stands
Yeah.
for.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
do
right.
you guys have no idea?
No, that's part of the joke.
It's part of the
It's
joke.
part of the joke.
Love
So like, yeah, it's just like because we're really making fun of all of those, like we're making fun of all the superhero type shows and all of that stuff but like where it came from is like we were making fun of like those shitty Image comics of the 90s and like sexposition or I mean sexposition. Sexploitation and sexposition.
Yeah.
And like trying to undercut it. So like
of course.
undercutting the male gaze.
Yeah, yeah, and they always have like really stupid names, like women in these comics
Yeah.
are always somehow like related to what they turn into, like
Yeah.
even in like X-Men, it's like or like in Batman, like Victor Freeze turns into like Mr. Freeze and
And
he can
you're
like
like,
freeze
wow,
things,
how
and it's like,
convenient.
wait a minute, that was your name beforehand.
Yeah.
And I do feel like they always end up naming their sort of squads like really stupid things that are like, oh, this just happens to work out in an anagram.
Yeah, so we just want to make fun of it.
Yeah,
Like we make fun
like
of all
a
the
Charlie's
tropes,
Angels
basically.
type of thing where it's
Yeah.
like, this is the name of your group. It's Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angels? Do we never see Charlie?
Yeah.
We don't see
Yeah,
Charlie.
it's just fucking
No,
weird.
he is
He's a
angels.
disembodied voice.
He's God because angels.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so funny you guys talk about like subverting the male gaze because I think that's like the power of what like romance novels and like female driven erotica
Yeah.
is all about. So you guys were inspired mostly by like these Image comics. Like, did you have any other like inspirations for this this book?
We definitely, like, a lot of our episodes definitely have sort of a Sex and the City feel to them.
Yeah.
You know,
social
we have
commentary.
like the one character that's like obsessed with getting married and getting pregnant and like
The armadillo girl.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
Armadillo.
And the one who's like obsessed with sex and is like humping everything. And so we sort of like blew out those Sex and the City characters and we're like, all right, what are their tropes? And then sprinkled in a little bit of like, all right, and if they were in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, this one's like the leader, this one's the tech expert,
this
like.
one's-
Yeah, this one's sort of like the hothead. So yeah, we definitely sort of sat down and were like, all right, 4 Ninja Turtles, 4 Sex of the City ladies.
And 4 members of Slave Leia, which is our improv group, which is originally also, we were like, when we first came up with this, we were like, yeah, we should make something out of like Slave Leia.
Yeah.
And there's 4 of us, and they evolved into this weird thing. But like when we first sat down to like make an idea, we're like, I don't know, something about our group. Because we've like stayed together for like 10 years or something.
And that is insane. That's
Isn't that nuts?
It is
Yeah.
nuts. It's nuts.
This
And
is
we're still
the
all
10th
really
year.
excited anytime we get to perform also.
I know, it's
because
so
it doesn't
fun.
happen. We're all very busy, but so it doesn't happen a ton. But anytime someone like contacts us, it's just like an
hell
email or
yeah.
text goes out. It's like, can we do the show? And everyone's like, yeah.
Everyone
Oh, yeah.
tries to do it. Yeah, it's so fun.
It's doing improv in your 30s.
Yeah.
I know, right? You're
You're
like, oh God, I stopped for like a year and now I'm like, I will go out anytime.
Yeah,
exactly. As long as it's at
exactly.
8. And then
I know, like in your
Yeah,
20s,
yeah.
you're like, I will drive. When I was like, when I first moved here and started to get into UCB, I would tutor on the west side for 6 hours.
Oh, yeah, I remember those
that.
days,
And I
yeah.
would like just commute all between these students during rush hour, and then at 10 p.m. I would get out of my last student and I would drive all the way back across town to the east side.
Oh, yeah.
and then watch all the shows we could, go to the bar with everybody, and go home, or go do shows if we could do them at like the open mic shows.
I remember doing like Tournament of Nerds and all of those, a lot of those like sort of midnight shows, or just like going to them, or going to Tournament of Nerds and then going to
a
Birds
party
to close it out, and then going to like the house down the street, Joe Ulrich's house.
Oh my God.
And like, because it was like, well, it's closing time. Oh, all right, well, let's just go back to the house. And now I'm like, God, sketch cram is over. I guess I'll go to Birds, but do I really want to drink? That's just going to kind of make me. What's the point of starting to drink? Just right, like
Right
it's like
now.
it's like this inner monologue of.
Which, by the way, I don't know that the younger, for those listening, there's a Upright Citizens Brigade is comedy theater, and there's the OG one in LA that's on Franklin, and there's another one on Sunset that's like much more, I don't know,
Academic, I guess,
yeah. So
Well, yeah,
people
it's a
don't do the big,
school.
it's a school, so
Yeah.
they don't do. I don't think the like 20-somethings do the party after the last show.
Yeah,
anymore.
I think some of them maybe still. Yeah, it is weird because there's no bar around there. Like there's no
Right,
bar around the new one. I'm sure they probably still maybe after Herald Night go to Birds
I think after
or
those,
something, but it does seem like
the
less
late
of a
night
culture.
shows. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
if it used to be like you did any show and you're like, all right, where are we gonna?
Yeah,
where are we gonna drink?
I mean, Jess Rona, one of the OG Slave Leia members, like she used to be at UCB 7 nights a week. Like she lived right there. She lived on that street. She would go over, just like watch the shows, go to Birds, just hang out, just go home. Half the time, like have people over her house. Now I don't even know the last time she was actually at UCB.
No, oh my God.
And
We're
Leslie
getting
still does
old.
Nerds. I feel like we still all sort of do those.
We
Like
still all do
it's,
shows.
It's Sketch Cram and Tournament of Nerds.
Yeah.
those are like the shows that.
But
I
back in the
still
day, like
do.
Becky, you and us, we were always
was
just
out
like
every
on
night.
every
Every
single
night.
night.
Yeah.
Crazy.
and would like start my night at midnight.
Yeah.
Like it was just like so
seriously.
bonkers. And now I'm like, oh my God, it's almost 1 o'clock and I'm exhausted.
Yeah, even if a show is like at 9, I'm like, oh man, all right.
Oh, I
So it's like
know,
it
yeah.
ends at 10, and then I'm not home until 10:30, and then I got a half hour to like get ready for bed and settle in. Like
Yeah, because
it's all
we're getting up at 7 a.m. to do whatever adults do at 7 a.m. I'm still
yeah.
figuring that out.
I still sleep late. I still stay up late and sleep late if I can.
Yeah,
so jealous.
I can stay up late if I'm like home with my cats on the couch.
That's fair.
Then I can be
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm watching another episode of Dawson's Creek and going to bed at 1 a.m. That's what I'm currently binge watching. I'm currently
that's
binge
great.
watching all of
That's
Dawson's
romance.
It is very romantic. It's so romantic. Okay, so Babe Squad, is this like a complete novel, or do you like anticipate writing like new issues?
I mean, it depends on how I think the book goes. Then if it's going well, like I know the sales are going pretty well right now.
Yeah, thanks, friends.
Yeah, thanks, friends. And I think it's also like leaked into some teen, like it's so not safe for work.
Yeah,
I think a couple teens got it now and they like it. And because it's like
downfall of society.
I know, right? It's just that kind of thing where you're like, oh, great, a teenager gets it and they're like, hey, look, dicks and boobs.
Yeah, I did. I had a friend. We have one bit in there where one of the girls is reading like a porn mag that's called Just Dicks, and my friend texted me the other day and it just said Just Dicks because he like laughed his ass off at it.
Yeah,
but I think it's we're also trying to sell it as a TV show now.
Oh right,
so it all depends on what gets there first.
Yeah. So, but we do have like all the we have a bunch of sort of episodes or issues in our noodles and sort of like a villain arc and all that good stuff. So we have all the ingredients for more novels or a TV show.
So buy it and maybe you'll get to read more.
And leave us a review on Amazon.
Yes, but only good reviews.
Only good reviews.
That's what people do, right?
Yeah. The internet is known for being very kind.
Oh yeah, no,
a utopia of sorts.
Experienced nothing but love on the internet. So okay. Talk about the sexy stuff in this book. Like how, like, what are we talking? Like,
there's so much sex in it.
So much sex.
There's a lot of sex. I don't know how sexy the sex is, though. I feel like it's just sort of
utilitarian
in your
sex.
face.
In your face I don't know. Be very sexy.
It's not romantic.
Yeah. Although we do have one character that's a hopeless romantic. But basically at one point the girls are led to a boat where there is a bachelor auction going on.
Ooh, yeah.
So there's a lot of sexy bachelors. There's also a very sexy fight scene where a bunch of shirtless men come out of nowhere and fight them. Because we like to sort of switch the tropes of female superheroes are always the ones who are and like they're the ones who are always in high heels and fighting and in like skin tight suits. So we were like, let's just make every dude in this in the least.
Yeah, they're all wearing like wingtip shoes that are smashing their toes, and they're
amazing.
Some guys' balls bounce, and then they explode. Their balls are bouncing at such a frequency that they explode.
Yeah, because
they're
also
wearing unsupportive underwear.
As a girl who's had big boobies since I was 12, I don't know how I feel like these superhero chicks must just be wearing like 3 sports bras.
Yeah, I think about that.
So
you guys both have big boobs.
We do.
Yeah,
listen, I get industrial strength bras. That
you
do.
Yeah, I mean it's expensive, but like I can do. Well, I can't physically, but if I could, you could do backflips in them. Freya Active.
Okay. I want to know. This is better than my method of just buying Target sports bras and wearing 2 at a time.
You got
when
to
I work out.
Invest. Like it's an investment. It's like jeans, but if you're in Los Angeles, you can go to Jeanette's Bras. She will love it. Or I think you can buy them online.
Yeah, because I think they have this ad that always comes up on my Facebook.
Third Love? Is it Third Love?
Yeah.
No, this one. I think it's
Third Love.
Freya.
Yeah.
It's like the Freya one where it's like there's like a real sexy babe with like box braids.
Yeah,
that's in this ad, and I like, and every time, but it's really funny because I'm like, my boobs are not that big, so I'm like, I will never need that. Thanks for the ad.
Yeah. You can buy all the sexy Victoria's Secret bras you want instead.
I guess
you could.
Guys, if I were that kind of lady, I could definitely do it.
I could like talk about bras all day. Here's the thing, like you need it's like most ladies wear the wrong size bra. Like sometimes if you're like a 34B, you're actually like a
32C. That's what happened. That's what I am. That's what happened to me.
And I had that issue, but I got fitted, and like it honestly, like I wasn't able to like jog or move without like pain, but after getting that done,
my problem is like every time I only get fitted at Victoria's Secret, but a few times they've told me that like different sizes.
Yeah.
I think sometimes these people aren't totally trained.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm a 34 or 36D, but
because like you should get fitted. Like honestly, this is for everyone, anyone with any body.
Fitted.
Get fitted by like an old lady. Like go into an old, because they will like
just any old lady though, right?
Any old literally
get
just
up in there.
So there's an old lady outside right now. Just go up to her and take your shirt off.
Yeah.
But it's like what your grandmas used to do. If because you will find like the perfect size. They know what they're talking about. They've been doing it for years.
Okay.
Like and like then also like there's like European sizes which like fit better. There's like you can get like a 30G or something, and it's like it's a lifesaver.
I feel like I'm going to email you later and get all this info.
No, we need to like
listen.
I need to have a podcast about this.
I really
There's a
should
bra
start a podcast
forum.
about bras. I was like thinking of doing that of like a bra podcast.
Why don't you do a bra special?
Broadcast.
A broadcast.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
This is the broadcast with.
You should do a
Brocky
whole
Feldman.
episode of this that's just like a bra expose.
Oh yeah. Bra reviews. I would love some bra reviews.
I would love some
People
bra
keep
reviews.
asking me because I did buy a Third Love bra, and people
do
are
you
like,
like
"Is
it?
it worth
It's
it?"
very
And I loved
expensive.
it. I loved it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's if you this is crazy. I mean, it's unfortunate for some people, but if you can afford an expensive bra, it'll last you a really long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
And
yeah.
I never wash my bras.
No, I don't either.
as you
No,
shouldn't.
you shouldn't.
As you shouldn't.
Yeah,
I
just
mean-
like sometimes I'll like put them in the, like while I'm showering, we'll like wash them with like
Yeah,
do like
yeah,
a little
yeah.
thing, but
Or
like
whatever,
yeah.
I used to like hand wash them like once a month, like in the sink with Woolite.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
was like, do other people do this?
No,
I don't
I
think they do.
throw them in the washer, cold, delicate, in a bag.
Yeah, oh, I've done that before too.
And I in a mesh bag, and then they're always
I do that
fine.
before.
Yeah.
You can also put them in like a pillowcase. In the
great.
washing machine. I've
Oh,
done
I'm
that
gonna
too.
do that. That's
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
do that because sometimes the snags on the bags.
Oh
Guys, I
yeah,
could talk.
guys,
Oh,
it's
God.
a thing. It's
Let's,
a real
Can we talk
thing.
about laundry for 45 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, speaking about bras and bras coming off and sexy bras, etc. Okay. Have you guys like we're about to get into discussing
Some sexy stuff.
shit, but like have you guys before ever read or skimmed a romance novel or erotica before?
I read erotica constantly.
Me too. I was just gonna say,
Nice.
literotica is great.
Oh yeah,
I love literotica.
like
yeah.
it is. Sometimes it's better than porn in my opinion.
agree.
I also read somewhere that
everyone
women
agrees. Everyone listening to
Yes.
this podcast agrees that
Yes. Well, I read somewhere that like men are more visual, but for women, like it's easier for us to like get off by reading it. So.
I think that makes sense because we have imaginations, and men are like,
yeah.
"Give to me.
Yeah, and the stuff in our imaginations is always going to be better than whatever
Exactly.
whatever
all
porn
men are
we're
like
watching.
Encino Man.
Exactly.
starring
Well, and
Pauly
also
Shore.
like I like the kind of like. And I randomly chose the story, by the way, but it happened to be like a kind of a Dom sub sort of
Yeah,
thing. And I was
yeah.
like, I kind of like, I like a tinge of that. And the
Okay.
problem is that porn does it so badly.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're either so
Really violent,
obvious.
yeah.
They're either so violent that you're like, I'm really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Mhm.
Or the girl is so obviously like such a bad actress that she's like, oh no. Like,
Yeah.
or she's like, oh no, stop. Woo! Like,
Yeah.
and she's into it, and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I need a little bit more subtlety.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
god! Yeah, because
agreed.
like I think like BDSM can be so like artistic and beautiful.
Oh, it totally
but it is
can.
just like when two people are like in this to please each other, and it's not like
Yeah, there's a real connection that's
Yeah.
like made.
Yeah,
in that.
yeah.
But then there's so many that are like, like we're gonna just fuck some shit up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Right? Like this is like the Michael Bay of like BDS.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
if there's one thing that would dry my pussy up, it is Michael
Michael Bay presents BDSM.
BDSM.
It's half of it is CGI, the other half is explosions.
Yeah.
And their pussy explodes. and the guy
effects.
slowly walks away from the exploding
Where's
pussy.
the practical effects?
Fun story. I have like a Kindle and I downloaded, a collection of erotic stories to it. And then I forgot that it's like linked to my Goodreads.
Oh yeah, mine is too.
So I like panicked and I was like, oh God, and like went on and like deleted it because I was like paranoid that like my friends and followers would see like that I
Gina really likes
downloaded like 3 in a row because I was like, I don't know which one I'm gonna like. I'm gonna download a bunch.
Here's the thing. I purposely have my Goodreads connect to my Amazon because it makes me laugh so hard. The idea of someone opening like who's reading what and someone's reading like, Infinite Jest or the like whatever, whatever. And then it's like Becky's reading. Like,
Yeah. Mine would be like sandwiched in
hot
between
billionaire.
like it would be like Harry Potter, Stephen King's The Dark Tower, a collection of short erotic stories.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's so funny. Like at work, like the head writer would be like, because he opens Goodreads and he's like, Becky, like, what are you reading right now?
I love it. I love that
like,
you're that
yeah.
confident because I got embarrassed immediately.
Here's the thing. I
so
used to
funny.
be like very, very embarrassed. Like I was a closeted romance reader for way too long.
Yeah,
like
right.
up until my late 20s. And like there was one time where like my brother accidentally saw what was on my Kindle and I like needed to unload this to my therapist. Like it was
Oh
just
my
like
God.
so insane. But then like when you realize, like you look at the statistics of like how popular romance and erotica are in the fiction market, the amount of readers, the amount like
Yes.
how much money that is into this industry.
like, everyone's doing it.
Everyone does it.
Exactly. Well, and I mean, I think that's the thing is that it's just because it doesn't appeal to a certain subsect of cis het white guys. It's not. It's like so it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
cult
Which,
hit
by the way, the
movies.
guys that I know that have read it all like it.
Of course
Yeah.
they do.
Oh my
And that's
God,
the thing
yeah.
is like well that's the thing. That's why I would say it's like a certain subsect where it's like it doesn't exist to them. So they're like,
Yeah.
so it's not a hit. But then if you show it to them, they're like, oh, this is actually kind of great.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, one of the pleasures of this show is having guys on the show who are like, "Oh my god, I liked this." I think the issue maybe is that like romance novels and any type of like fiction or book with a female author is often relegated to like women's fiction and it's not
right.
taken seriously. And I think especially romance and YA like suffers from this because like there's so many people missing out on so many like great stories that happen to have a female protagonist.
Exactly.
It's like,
I just
oh,
love
yeah.
that it's called women's fiction. Like
yeah.
nothing's called men's fiction.
I
Like what the
know.
fuck
Yeah,
is that?
yeah.
Like,
Or like chick lit and there's nothing like dick lit,
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
When they're so obviously like, I'm sorry, but like Bukowski. I mean, come on, guys. That's dick lit right there.
I know. It's like,
yeah.
I'm never going to fucking read. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I like what I like. I only, I want to read what I want to read. And I don't
Right.
want to feel pressure to read like some like book by like some old white guy, which we had to do,
Yeah,
all through school.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is very. I have a lot of YA novels mixed in with like Stephen King novels on my bookshelves, and guys are never like, "Oh, I see you read the Matched trilogy and Divergent."
Right.
They're always like, "Oh, sweet, Stephen King. Like, what do you think?" And I'm like, "Well, he has a problem writing women," and they're like, "Oh, I know, but."
It's always like I know, but like even when I talk about any movie or book like that has like a male protagonist, written by a man, like, and I'm like, oh, it was okay, and they're like, why? And I'm like, because the lady sucks, and they're like, yeah, but, and I'm like, no,
It's always yes,
it's
but.
it is a valid criticism to say this female character isn't fleshed out, she's poorly written, she's just there as a sex object,
yeah.
And
like,
it makes
people
it
don't
hard
get
for
that.
me to read. And
Yes.
it's like,
Yes.
people don't get like, that's the, like, I always bring up in terms of like video games, for example, is a place you see that a lot. And I'm like, when guys are like, for a while, I think it's kind of softened out, but like guys were like, oh, girls no video game, and no girls play video games, and why were they? And I'm like, no, it matters that you have a character that's really that's a good female character, and they're like, no, it doesn't matter. It's just if it, and I'm like. No, I'll tell you why. Because I've continued gaming my whole life.
Yeah.
And the reason is I would have, they say that there's like a big drop off in the 90s for women because it was 50-50 on the original Nintendo, women and men playing it.
Yeah,
and and then they started doing like more first person shooters and stuff like that. So and they really eliminated female characters. And that's where the drop off was. And guys are like, no, it's because girls suck or whatever. But I always say like the thing that held me over and why I kept gaming was in Final Fantasy 3 or 6, depending on where you bought it. There's a character named Celeste, and she's fucking awesome. She's like a warrior, but then she has to switch into the opera because there's an opera singer that's like going to get targeted. So she has to go sit, and they're like twins basically. So she has to go take it over, and it's such a cool thing. So like I was like, I want to be her, and then you can get into it. Then you can really get into the whole story and stuff. And I'm like, that's why it matters, guys, because I will enjoy the same shit that you enjoy.
I grew up always playing like the one or two female character, like in like Mortal Kombat,
Sonya.
you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And then like later on in like Tekken, and like Tekken 4 was what I was like playing in college. And I was like, oh, I'm playing with Julia Chang. And all the guys on my floor were like, oh, okay. Because she's like, because the women characters were never very strong. They were just like much faster.
Yeah.
And then I smoked all those dudes on my floor. I beat all of them. And
I know, because once you get
the
the secret key is once you figure if you figure out their moves perfect. Like I played as Katana in Mortal Kombat. And if you figure out her moves, she's like unstoppable.
Much like faster. And like the guys are just like, it's much like with romance novels. They're just
bring it back.
They're just pounding away those guy characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Slowly pounding away.
Yeah, one big pounding. So yeah, why don't we get into it? So okay, so we did a very exciting thing. I always wanted to do this on the podcast. We each chose like a short erotic story from this collection of short stories called Rock Hard, a collection of short erotic stories by Alana Sapphire. Great name.
Love it.
And so everyone, you should be getting this book now because it is currently free on Amazon.
You have no excuse.
You have
was delivered to my Kindle. I have to remember to delete it from my Goodreads.
I have to charge my Kindle.
Everyone knows that I am reading this book now. I marked it as read. Everyone,
it's adding to my
5-star
reading challenge.
Yeah. So yes, okay. Everyone, Gina read this book. Tell everyone.
No.
So I want to look at this cover real quick. If you guys want to just like describe the cover of this book, it's pretty standard. But yeah, if you guys want to discuss
it's a faceless man from the neck down.
With rock hard abs.
Yeah, and nice pecs, nice biceps.
And rock hard is over where his dick is.
Yeah. So you can't see dick.
Yeah.
You basically just see like happy trail leading to rock hard.
Well, yeah, I mean, like here's the thing. Like I think his boner is probably so big. They're like, we need to cover this up.
We gotta cover this up.
Yeah.
And his face could be potentially so dumb that we
But it allows you to insert your perfect face here.
Exactly.
That's such a common thing with covers of like, you don't really see the guy's face because it's something because
in
like,
porn a lot too. A lot of times they like do not.
I
think because they're like guys don't want to see other guys' faces.
And I'm like,
they want to be the guy in this.
I know.
It drives me crazy. There's like two porn stars that I like actively follow because I'm like they really like male porn stars and I'm like they just give great performances and they don't shy away from showing their faces.
Yeah. Well, you have to tell me who these guys are. I feel like you guys are convincing me to just check out porn one more time.
Oh yeah, I'm on Pornhub a lot.
I am too. Yeah, I'm on Pornhub. I also like XNXX.
Okay.
That one's pretty good.
Have you guys like encountered like female friendly porn? Do you know what I mean? Like
they do. That is a specific category on Pornhub.
Okay.
It says female friendly
on all of them. And on
I find them to be a bit boring, but they are much more geared towards like romance and like the slow start and things like that.
And I think there's now that there's kind of because of the rise of that section. I think now they're starting to kind of bridge where it's like you can get things where it's like somebody does something on kink and it's like, but like clearly this guy and this girl like are like have the hots for each other and really enjoying themselves together and that he's like spanking her, but it's like we're both okay with this. Like it's starting
they do have a lot of like amateur, like clearly they're couples and it's slightly less like weird than like Steve and you're like, oh, these people are clocking in and out and they are getting their performance in and then going home.
I think it just like validates this idea that consent is sexy.
Consent is great. Yes, exactly.
Well, why don't we get started? Who wants to discuss their short story first?
Oh, I can go.
All right.
I did Three's Not a Crowd.
Okay, why don't you give us a quick summary?
So it's a woman who used to babysit for this couple when she was 15, but is now in college.
So she's an adult.
Yeah, because like it started out with like when she, like she'd always been scared of this house. Like when she was 15, I was like, oh. And then they immediately were like, but now she's an adult woman. I was like, oh, thank God. So she used to babysit for this very attractive couple. Their kid has since gone off to boarding school or some school.
So the kid is not around for any sort of guilt, any issues there.
And she's in college and they invite her over for dinner. And it turns out that they invite her over for dinner because they want to fuck her. And she's had a crush on the husband for a really long time, but the wife is the one who sort of eases her into it and starts it up because she's like, so how's college? How are the boys? And the girls? and they cook her this really elaborate dinner that has lobster and shrimp.
Wow.
I pay attention
Surf and more surf.
I know. I pay attention to food specifics more so than sex specifics. I'm like, when are they going to get back to the meal? Which, by the way, after they finish the sex, they do go back to the meal.
Oh, that's great. That's how you know it's written by a woman.
They reheat up the leftovers.
Did they really?
And yes, I was very excited that all this shrimp and lobster did not go to waste.
I love that. I think it's a thing because it's like I get very stressed about like waste. Like I get like, like you can't waste food and you can't waste water. And I
just really like food, so I'm
too,
like, and I'm like, oh, come on, like finish your meal first, then you can have sex. Give me some of that lobster and shrimp while you're having sex.
When I was performing at Boom Chicago, Amber Ruffin used to call me Scrappy. Because she was like, she's like, you never if somebody's like about to throw their food away, I'll always be like, hey, are you done?
Yeah.
And then I'll take the rest of it. And she's like, you're scrappy. Like, you don't let it go. And I'm like, it's true.
Yeah. So I'm glad that plot point got tied up in the end, that they go back to the meal.
That's
then the couple, and then she's like home on like spring break or something and was like a little bit grumpy about like not getting to go to Cabo, but she decides that this is better. This is going to be a better spring break.
Yeah.
They invite her over for dinner the next night. Also, it's an interracial couple, I should note.
Wow. Okay, great.
And he uses a condom, which a lot of, you can always tell like when they're actual women writing the porn. Because I don't read a ton of erotica where they're like, and then he unrolls the condom.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's so prevalent in romance now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
It's kind of weird when like I read a book and there's no condom and it's like, okay, this is, I kind of have to like wrap my brain around.
I guess I've been reading old erotica.
I think I have too.
Yeah.
But that's great. I think that's awesome because honestly, like, and I love they address this in Shrill. Have you guys watched Shrill? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where he's like, but I feel so good without a condom. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, how did that become the like normal lexicon for a lot of dudes with sex, where it's like, do you understand that you should just feel very lucky that you get to be inside of a woman?
Also, there's that like thread that woman did about like breaking it down of like what women have to go through with like birth control. I forget who she is. She's on Twitter. If I can find it, I'll let Becky know. But she was basically like, oh, so you mean this thing that feels amazing feels very, very slightly less amazing to you? Meanwhile, like 90% of women don't have orgasms during sex. So I'm so sorry that your pleasure is slightly decreased.
You're still gonna come. We both know this.
Exactly.
No, it feels good. It feels 100% good.
Like, if you put a condom on and you're like, my dick is numb, you have problems. You have problems beyond.
It's like those are the guys that's like, well, then you should lay off the porn because that's why that's happening.
That's true.
Or I'd be like, I know some doctors you can go see.
Exactly. You should still be able to feel sex even if you have a condom.
Yeah, like that's a problem, guys. Like they've made these things like less than a millimeter thick. Like
it feels real. It's on the fucking package.
Exactly. By the way, that's not where the clit is. Like, sorry that you're slightly less enjoying sex. With your condom on. So meanwhile, learn how women's anatomy works.
I know. I mean,
I can't learn.
What's so great about these stories is that
I know.
They teach really, like, it is like you said, guys read it and then they enjoy it. It's like, more guys should be reading erotica like that because then it's like there's some tips in there. There's some tricks and tips.
And ultimately it's great for women because now we know what is pleasurable for women. Like we go into sexual relationships knowing like how we can feel. Like it's so great to read something where a woman is feeling empowered during sex because I think it teaches other women and other people that like you can feel this way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's very true.
Instead of just not saying anything and being like, well, I guess I'll just write it out.
Yeah.
So does she have like a hot moment with just the lady?
So she starts with just the lady and then she comes and then it's like, oh, can anyone join this party? And then like the guy is standing behind her and she's like speechless because she's had a crush on him since she was 15. And she's like, okay. And then, like he starts the foreplay. I mean, the wife was like the foreplay, but he does a little bit more. And then he has sex with her. And then he finishes by having sex with his wife. And the girl that's like watching is like, oh my God, they're so in love. Like she makes a point of being like, whatever kink they're into, this couple is into each other.
I love that.
Right.
Like it's so not just like, this is the way that this guy has. I feel like a lot of us have probably like dated a dude that's like,
you want to try?
I mean, I'm not saying now, but like at some point down the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
A threesome? Like it's like every dude's fantasy, but
absolutely. Well, that's, I got to give a shout out. to my boyfriend, who will definitely never listen to this. Sorry, Becky, just as he won't. English is. I did try to make him listen to one podcast I was on once, and he was like, "This is very difficult to understand," because he's Chilean, so it's like also just English is he speaks fluently, but like. Podcasts are hard. And so, but he definitely, like, one day we were talking about our fantasies, and he said, like, he brought up threesome as like a fantasy or whatever. And I was like, okay, well, I hope you know that that's never going to happen with me. I was like, that's not one of my fantasies. And I'm like, I know myself well enough to know that I'm too possessive for that. And he goes, and he goes, right. I didn't ask for that. It's a fantasy. I understand that that's not a thing that I'm going to do. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I've just been shell shocked by all of the men that I've dated. Like, I just went to right to assuming. And he's like, no, I don't want to actually do it. You just said, like, that's you said, what's your fun fantasy? And I told you that's what that was. And I was like, that. And I was like, oh, wow, he has like really strong boundaries on what he understands to be reality. And
because like, well, people have fantasies that are like fucking nuts. Like,
right, exactly. They don't want to act out on them.
Yeah. The last time I was on Pornhub, I got caught in this cycle. There is this fantasy that people have of giant snakes swallowing women.
Oh my God.
This is amazing.
I love going down porn rabbit holes.
Yeah,
it
was
so
such a rabbit hole. And so I'm like, people have that fantasy. Yes, I'm not going to be like, well, I am not bringing a giant snake
exactly.
into the bedroom.
Right, exactly. You're like, I know I'm not going to do this. This is like exists for that. Exactly.
Yeah, it's so funny. Okay. It's so okay about the condom thing. I did have a condom issue in mind. I'll discuss this later.
Okay.
But you didn't.
Oh, yes. I do remember that moment in yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Gina, what are your final thoughts and rating on what was this title again? It was
Three's Not a Crowd.
Three's Not a Crowd.
Yeah, Three's Not a Crowd. I would give it. This was I would say from all the erotica that I've read, this was great. This was way up there. I'd give it a 5 out of 5 wieners. Is that what we're gauging it on? 5 out of 5 clits.
5 out of 5 clits. Wieners. I typically do A through F, but I like us doing 5 out of 5.
Love it.
5 out of 5 G spots.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, that's
Strap
great.
in, feel the
G's. Yeah, read
God.
it. It's a very also like a good, I feel like, intro to erotica. Like there's nothing too jarring in it. Like I felt like yours, which we'll talk about in a second, the one that you chose, there were some moments where I was like, oh no, this might go bad. Like I was like, I got a little nervous. And same with Haley's, I got a little nervous at some parts.
I knew right away that this one, I was like, I've read harder literotica stories than mine. So like I pretty much quickly, like the thing at the beginning, I was like, her calling him daddy. I was worried about that. And then within like the first paragraph, I was like, oh, I get it. Okay, this is okay.
I feel like I chose a good sort of intro one that's not just like two vanilla people having sex. It is like a threesome, but also it's all there's nothing that you're like
when they finish the meal,
and then they go back to the meal.
Fantasy, So I'm glad that your fantasies of finishing meals.
I'm gonna read this erotica, and then I'm gonna order some lobster.
It's great. I mean, that's the fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Haley, when you say like literotica, I'm not too sure what that means.
Literotica is a site.
Oh, it's a site.
Yeah, it's a site that has like a bunch of short stories user submitted, and then they have little key letters for the type that it is. So it's like, I think at least the ones I found, I think they all make sure that it's like everybody in the story is over 18 and everybody. I think there's other sites that don't check for that.
Right. Yeah.
But Literotica, I think, keeps it pretty responsible and
good.
above the line sort of thing. So you can get, but it's user submitted, so you can get like all sorts of ones where like, I mean, if you really want hardcore, you can find those, and some people do multi-chapters, and you can do, but then you can also find like a really vanilla simple one that's like two people in love and that sort of thing.
Anything you want, it's there.
It's really great actually.
Check that out. Yeah,
I mean, I love like erotic like I like these types of things too, with like the short stories in them. So I like these types of books, but Literotica also does like, I think a lot of the authors of these get their start on Literotica.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, like they kind of find their voice there because then you can find like people will vote for yours.
Yeah.
And so then I think there's a lot of people that found their audience there and then like, oh, this is what I'm good at. And then I think I as far as I know, I think a couple of people have gotten books out of it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm
Cool.
going to check that out.
Yeah, check it
Thank you
out.
for
It's
the
great.
rec.
Yeah.
So do you want to discuss your short story?
Yes, mine is called Daddy's Girl. Which I chose at random, and then I was like, should I have chosen this one?
Yes.
But it's
Yes, you
but
should've.
yes, is because at first it says like there's a warning, and it's like the story just depicts a DS relationship involving a daddy's dom. Submissive refers to the dominant as daddy. Please proceed with caution if this will result in an unpleasant reading experience.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, oh no, I
want
hope
you to
this
know what
is
you're
not
getting.
like her stepdad or something. But then it
those are
wasn't.
hot.
It
I've read
was-
a stepdad book.
I've
and I'm
read
so-
they're like sometimes they can be hot, but
Yeah.
it's but this I was like, I don't know about this, and then it was fine. So they basically are she starts like we're starting in the middle. You know, and he's like, he calls her little and she calls him daddy with a capital D, but little is with a lowercase
Of course,
s.
yeah, that's how it is. It's sub-dom,
So
yeah.
great. And so she's like kind of strapped in. I think she's strapped in all fours and she's on her stomach. But the first thing is that he checks and he's like, is it too tight? And she's like, because she can't see him. She's facing away.
Yeah. Okay.
And she's like, no, it's not too tight, which I was like, great. I like this. And then, and like we make sure the author like makes sure that it's like, yes, I'm bound. My butt's in the air, but I'm pretty comfortable.
I'm cool with
Yes,
it.
that's
I'm
so
cool with
important.
it.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
was great. And then he like, he tickles her feet, which I was like,
Oh God.
That's my nightmare.
I was just
didn't
about to
want
say.
that.
I was just about to say. This sounds like I get claustrophobic easily, and like being tied up and having someone tickling me sounds like I would like have a panic attack.
I don't know that
I would literally pee on the bed and then die.
I think worried I was gonna fart. I was like, because especially when like butt is in the air.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you know,
God.
like
Oh,
that
yeah.
sort of thing.
Positioning, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if they did this lobster dinner first, this
Oh
could
yeah,
be a bad,
lobster farts.
Yeah.
Lobster farts.
That's right. But she's like, her response is that she's like, quote, I want to moan and laugh at the same time, end quote. And I was like, that wouldn't be my response.
Yeah, me neither.
But then, but then things get sexy, and she's like, I could smell him, and he has like rock hard abs. And then we do find out he's got brown skin, so he's with her. And her name is Yana. So I mean, honestly, she could be any race, but I was like, Yana's a pretty Eastern European name, so I don't know. And then they have like. Then there was like I like that she's like, oh, there's like he steps in front of her and it's like crotch tent is in her face, and I'm like, that's kind of hot. I love this.
Crotch tent, good name for an
But
improv
then
team.
it's like but then she reveals that he's wearing sweatpants, and I'm like,
Oh, sweatpants are a thing, and I can talk about this all day. I fucking hate sweatpants.
I hate it. I'm like, I thought he would be wearing suit pants or something.
Yeah.
I think if it's just sweatpants and he's like really like ripped or like toned at least,
could
like
be.
I think that's and he's like only wearing sweatpants and nothing else.
Maybe it's
I
because
think that's kind of hot.
Everyone likes that. Everyone likes that.
I think
And,
we're
like,
conditioned as
comedians. Exactly. I was like, I'm
to
thinking of
be
comedy
like,
guys
oh
that, like,
yeah,
go out on
comedy
dates
guys.
wearing
Yes,
fucking
yes, that's what
sweatpants.
you're thinking
Yeah.
of. But in my mind, I'm picturing like a swimmer who's like really
Well,
like
that's
toned.
good.
No shirt on and just like
Michael
loose,
Phelps,
sort of like loose
is that who
sweatpants.
you're into, Gina?
Ew,
like
I
Michael
mean, not
Phelps?
the face, not the
face.
face, or the
cartoon like
personality,
or
Yeah.
the actual
Yeah.
human of Michael.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so great.
or anything else about him.
And then this really gets into this is like, I was like, this is definitely written by a woman, and I'm down with this because she's like, all I want to do is suck his cock, and but I can't. And then he goes, I know what you want, want, but not tonight. And I was like, yep. This is like, he's like, I know you'd be okay with sucking my cock, but I'm not going to let you. And I'm like, great. This is a fantasy for sure.
So great. That's so great because he's like, this is about your pleasure. Like, he's being dominant, but he knows this is like, I'm doing this for you.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, no, it was great. And then he gets the crop, and he's like, tells her to separate her knees, which I thought was hot. I was like, ooh, yeah. And then he like spanks her, and then he's like fingering her, and I like have a hot time, and he knows where the clit is, and then like she comes twice, also like your story. So she comes from like the foreplay with the crop and all of that stuff, and then they have sex, and it's great, and then he like commands her when to come, Yana, now.
Yeah.
He says,
I love it. That always happens in these stories, and I'm like, how?
Yeah,
that would make me anxious. I'd be like, whoa, I was going to, but now I'm in my head.
Yeah, that's it. oh God, I am too.
Give me a minute.
Well, now I gotta go at my own pace. And then and then they have like a sweet thing, and then she closes with, and then he says to me what I will always treasure: the reason he will forever be my daddy. Thank you. Because we all just want a man who's grateful.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We just, that's all we want.
And then, but does it end with him making her a meal?
No, not so far.
All right.
Oh, no, he says he's going to run her a bath.
Okay.
Which is really
nice.
Yeah, which is really nice.
Okay, that's
I like
nice.
that. I was like, ooh, that's neat.
Throw a sandwich in there, and then I'm on board.
You're going to make
I'm
you
gonna
a
make you a
bath.
bath
And then there will be a nice turkey sandwich.
in a turkey club.
Yeah. I was thinking turkey club too.
Nice.
Yeah, you want a sandwich. And a turkey club is the epitome of sandwich.
Yeah, don't throw me a PBJ. Not for this.
No,
Yeah,
it's lazy.
yeah.
It's a lazy sandwich.
No, exactly. Which I also appreciate if that's the case, because you've heard of the phenomenon of fuck then food, right?
No, but that's my life.
I mean, obviously,
I can figure out. Wait, what is it? Hold on.
So there's, I think it really kind of took off on Reddit and then permeated everything else. But it's like fuck then food. So when you're going to go out on a date, have sex first, then go get dinner, because you're both going to be afterwards. After you eat dinner, you're like, ooh, feel fat and gassy and everything.
That's a good point.
And so but if you have sex first, then go eat.
Yeah.
It's like, you're like replenishing after.
Yeah, I'm going to use this as a line where I'm like, nice to meet you. Can we get this out of the way and then go get some pasta?
Yeah, exactly.
I have a date tonight, and I think I might ask. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I'm not kidding at all.
Like, this is actually. Oh, Jorge and I do that
a little early, and then so we can
hang
make
out.
our reservation.
Yeah. I feel like once you're in a couple, it's very easy to just be like, let's do this first and then eat. When it's like your first few dates, I feel like it would be weird to be like.
I think the math doesn't quite work the same way. But Jorge and I totally do that. We I think
every couple does it, because
I don't know. I think a lot of couples are like, let's have a date. They go out, and then they're like, they come home and they're like,
I have never been part of that couple.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I think there are a lot of those, though.
It's so much better. Like it's a lot. Like when I've done that, I'm like, this is so much better.
It's so much better, because then you feel you feel like you've earned the food.
Yeah, you build up an appetite.
Yeah,
you also don't have to worry about like brushing your teeth afterwards and like in between like the food and the sex.
Exactly.
Exactly. And then you can order whatever you want. Like you don't have to worry about like, well, is this going to make me groggy? Is it going to make me smell like garlic?
Yeah, exactly. So I highly support it. So yes, that's Daddy's Girl.
Oh, I love Daddy's Girl. Okay,
so
I
could use a sandwich.
More sandwiches.
Yes,
could have used more
sandwiches.
Okay, so what is your rating for this?
I give it a B, because I thought it was hot. I really enjoyed it. I think I'm just gonna be frank. I think he could have involved a little bit of anal play.
Sure,
because her butt was in the air and all this stuff, and I'm like, it feels.
None of these stories did.
I know, none of it, and I think that's like, I'm not saying like he needs to get up in there, but like, a little finger action, a little whatever. It just kind of adds to the fantasy of that.
Yeah.
And for me though.
Yeah, I would wager to say that the audience is very split on this.
I'm not saying like putting a lot up there or anything. I like a pinky or a like an agreed upon toy sort of thing.
Sure,
if it's
yeah.
if you're good, but that's for what I think is good for like a dom sub sort of thing.
Yeah.
In terms of like what I think is fun to read and that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't think like doing like big scary stuff is
no, you don't want something horrifying, but yeah, I mean, I do think like, anal sex and anal play, like, with straight hetero couples.
I think it's great that it's coming into
it's coming into play. It's still maybe a little stigmatized, but I mean, I feel like it's a good thing to include.
It's a good thing. It's good it's good because I think it also assists in destigmatizing homosexual sex.
Absolutely.
It's like, it's like, hey, listen, a lot of people are getting back there and deal with it.
And also like if it's like people like this and they're maybe ashamed of it, and then when you read it and you're like, oh my God, like other people enjoy this too. Like,
exactly.
It's it's really, it can be just such a benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. But I really I loved the consent. I loved like to the point of what I was saying earlier with like the type of porn where like the fantasy of being like, oh no, I don't know, but I'm definitely into it. I was like, it was all put up front here. So it was like, okay, great. We can all enjoy it. And especially since it was from her point of view.
Yep.
We know that she's enjoying every part of it and that there's like, she's kind of controlling the situation. And I really liked that. So I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let me just say, I enjoyed what I read very much, but it was the last story in the book. So,
I noticed that.
There's a lot. Something to be said for that. But I chose the story Ace of Hearts.
I appreciated the narrative of this one. I feel like it had more of a narrative than the other two.
There was a really good
was like an arc.
story. There was an arc, and like I cared about the two of them beyond them, just like having a really good sex sesh. Okay, so this is I wrote a synopsis, but I don't know why I did this, but okay.
I love it.
Dana returns to the Black Snakes Motorcycle Club to get revenge on her former love, Ace, the president of the club. She disguises herself and tries to sleep with another club member whose name is Frog. But when Ace spots his former flame, he learns that it's not his bike that needs a tune-up.
Whoa.
It's his heart.
Yeah.
Oh my
I thought
God.
you were going to say it's his attitude.
God.
And attitude. Oh my God, yes, for sure.
But I love it. But I love both of it. I love
The story was a roller coaster.
It was a roller coaster ride. I feel like it, like the state, like she could have been. Okay, so we have Dana, who's young. She wants to get revenge on Ace because she found out she like walked in on Ace sleeping, quote unquote, with another lady who, of course, her name is Barbie.
Yeah.
And so she leaves brokenhearted.
He was also very mean to her.
And he was mean to her.
Yeah,
he's not a good
she
boyfriend.
walks in on him banging another chick, and then he was like super mean to her. I forget what he said. He said something like, it was very mean. It was like, oh, like what? I don't know. Like she thought he was gonna make her his old lady, and he was like, "Oh, what do you even care? Like what? Like get out of here or something."
Yeah. Like I don't love you. You're just an object.
Whatever. Yeah, that's what it was. You're just another hole.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Said
yeah,
that?
he said
that.
Sorry, guys, I didn't read this one. I apologize.
It's the motorcycle. It's like the.
But I kind of like that I get to ask.
It's MC culture. It's really misogynistic and like I used to love Sons of Anarchy, and so like
me
that's
too.
why
Me too.
me too.
Great,
even though like they're all those
they're
men
all
are
terrible, but oh god, Charlie Hunnam's so hot.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I was picturing Charlie Hunnam. I'm sure the other was too.
Which is great.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's vroom vroom,
vroom vroom. Take me to the club.
Yeah. I'll hop on that hug night and day. So we have like Dana, and she comes in and she like dyes her hair red, and she wears different contexts, and she wears a sexy outfit where that's showing what she says, the girls. She calls her tits the girls.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I thought it was like a little window over where her ovaries were.
Not those girls, but
the other girls.
The other girls, the girls we don't think, the girls that we call tits. So she goes in and she's like going to seduce like another member of the club because she thinks that this is going to be the way that she is going to get revenge on Ace. And so as she's like going in and she's stroking Frog's biceps, like Ace sees her and he was like, oh my God, who's Dana?
Oh my God.
And he's like, so he drags her to the bathroom and he's like, take off those contacts. Like, I want to see you. And he smells her and she's wearing the lotion that he likes.
Yeah,
so
coconut
much.
lotion.
This classic coconut lotion.
Classic coconut lotion.
And then
I love some
they,
coconut lotion.
you know, it gets a little intense. He's like, what are you doing here? And they're looking to each other's eyes. She's getting wet.
I'm just another hole.
I'm just another
aren't I?
hole. She's getting wet. He's getting hard. And they have this amazing fuck session in the bathroom. And then they realize
So she
they
never
love each
fucks
other.
Frog?
Never
No,
fucks
she
Frog.
doesn't. She doesn't.
She just teases him.
And then the twist is that like she starts crying because she's like, this wasn't part of the plan because she really wanted revenge.
She really wanted to
and
fuck
she
Frog.
ends up having sex with her ex. And then she's like, what do you care? And she's like crying and he's like, I never had sex with Barbie. It was all a setup because you told me you loved me and I got freaked out.
Oh, so this was their Pina Colada song?
Yes, yes, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, hands down. And I think this is why, like, I kind of was nervous about their happily ever after because
Definitely.
it's like he was like, he was just like, I wanted you to hate me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my God, I hope, like, you know, they get together in the end and they're in love and he asks her to be his old lady.
Yeah.
And but I'm like, oh God, I hope
God,
they stay together. I felt like 90% sure that they stay together.
Oh, yeah,
and I
yeah.
wanted to be 100% sure.
Yeah.
You know what, too, though? This might be the playing out of, you know, there's like people that this is their fantasy. They go to a bar and then like the girl or the guy will go hit on somebody else.
Yes.
And then it makes the other, like their jealousy, like gets them hot. And so this could be.
You know, you're right. Yes.
That play out. That's what I'm thinking is like, okay, I feel like this is, she just put it in a story and the story has enough like kind of like silly edges on it to make you like be like, oh, this is definitely a fantasy. So like, don't imagine that your emotionally abusive ex is going to.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Now, okay, seeing it that way, I have such a better appreciation for this story because there is something about like putting like your love on the line in order to feel like the most beautiful woman in the room.
Right.
And I think that fulfills that fantasy hands down.
Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah.
He also says he couldn't even get it hard for Barbie.
No.
Like he was
Because
like, I
faked
couldn't even
sex.
get it out. Yeah.
So
yeah.
he was just like, you're
the
Yeah.
only lady
Yeah.
I boner for.
I just couldn't communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, he's a biker. He's a biker prince.
He's,
like
he's in the
biker
gangrene
got
gang,
freaked
guys.
out.
Because that's
Yeah.
Ace is the head of the gangrene gang in Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I'd love to read that. Actually,
They exist. They exist.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
No worries. Me too.
Okay, so about this condom thing, because I want to bring this up because we were talking about condoms earlier. They're like fucking in the bathroom. It's so hot, or like he's fingering her. It's so
That's hot.
hot.
That's hot.
And they're about to have sex, and she's like, "Do you have a condom?" And he's like, "We're not using a condom." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this feels so uncomfortable." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Have you been with anyone else?" And she's like, "No." And then he was like, "We're not using a condom." We learned that she's okay with it, which is
Okay.
important. And I think the reason why the author chose this, I'm going to be speaking for her, but it was like this proof that he wasn't sleeping with anyone else
that
and
must
that
be
he's
it.
clean.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, okay, that's nice. Maybe it could have been a little better, like handled where he's like, I didn't sleep with anyone else, or they just like have the condom and be like, well, I didn't need this, but yeah, but here's another thing that was weird. So the protagonist's name is Dana, but he calls her Dinah because she's named after his favorite bike. So he just full on calls her a different name.
Oh,
Yeah, but I see
really
that
weird.
actually like
It's
that. Like it
complicated.
seems like it's like a nickname thing.
Yes.
I would have loved. I hate any mention of like pregnancy or like potential pregnancy and so like I would have loved for him to be like, and you're still on the pill, right?
Yeah.
Because
or she's saying I'm still on the pill.
Yeah. Like even if she was like, I'm still on the pill, but I want you to use a condom or whatever. Because
got my IUD
because I had a
Yeah.
moment where I was like, so is he trying to get her pregnant to like be his old lady? Like, is that part of being the old lady? Because like I don't want to. And my mind, like, it took me out of it because I was just like, oh, please tell me this isn't like his attempt to like get her pregnant or something.
I don't think it was. And then like the cum drips out of her and he wipes it up in a very
That's true.
Oh my
That's
God,
true.
really?
Yeah,
he cleans her up.
I'm actually
That's
really
fucking
glad
hot.
that I forgot to read this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Because then I actually really appreciate hearing this.
Yeah.
Like, so the cum drips out and then he wipes it up?
Yeah, he
when
cleans
they're
her
done
off.
and he takes a washcloth and he like gently
Oh, I
cleans
thought it
her
like went
off.
on the floor and he like cleaned up
No,
this
no.
crappy bathroom floor.
No.
No, they're not that kind
I
of
would say I will say I would have loved like I feel like there were loose ends with Frog and her friend that she brings
Yeah.
in. So she brings in a friend for like support who's like another really hot girl who's like
Oh,
who like
what
used to
happens to
be
her?
like you don't know. It's
don't
never
know.
tied up. It's Chekhov's hot girl.
Yeah.
It's Chekhov's hot
Like cuz she comes in and she's like, "Ew, I did not miss this place." So she used to be like a sort of a biker hanger on too, and she hasn't been back. And so I was like, what happened to Frog?
Maybe
What
she
happened to
starts
hot
the
chick?
next book.
Yeah,
That's
maybe,
true.
'cause,
I would like
yeah.
to see her have sex with Frog because the way they describe Frog is he's very hot.
Yeah,
and the way they describe
yeah.
her is she's very
Yeah.
hot.
I think so. I mean, it seems like this author has a jillion other books and like
Yeah, I want to see the saga of Hot Girl and Frog.
I think
Girl
so.
and Frog. They go
because
away
like
on the bike.
yeah, oh god, fucking on a bike. I love that. And she also does other motorcycle club romances. So hopefully,
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
so
hopefully
maybe
it's in
that's
there.
the girl.
It's
Like
in the
she's gonna
it's
be
in the universe.
Yeah, exactly. She's
Yeah.
she'll come back like real late, like a Cowboy Bebop sort of.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
seasons later, books
Yeah.
later. That's
And then I'll be like, yes, she came back.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so my rating,
Yes, what's your
I
rating?
gave it like a blazing B+.
a blazing
Okay,
B+. I
nice.
love it.
Motorcycle.
So you feel like that's hot. That the motorcycle thing is hot for you, like you said, Sons of Anarchy.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's hot, but here's the thing. Here's my thing. I think Becky wants to be in a motorcycle club more so than wants to fuck someone in a motorcycle
Right.
club.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I'm like, oh, okay, if she becomes this old lady, like I want her in my fantasy to like start an offshoot of the Black Snakes Motorcycle
okay,
Club and start an all-female motorcycle club.
Yeah, so that
that's
they're
cool.
equals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're right next to each other.
Exactly. And I think that's why I find like MCs so hot because it's like I can take you on and take you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, you know that's why they say that James Dean became a really big time porn star. Did you guys know that? Like,
Yes.
yeah, because of he has like he doesn't have really big muscles and stuff like that. Because so then women feel like they're like, I mean, I could take him if I needed to. Like
yeah.
Which I was
Interesting.
like, I
Interesting.
mean, it turned out unfortunately he's like an asshole, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But I
think porn
see,
does that.
yeah, exactly. But it's like, yeah, I think there's a real desire to be like a partner in it. To like, there's definitely something about that, and that's definitely like the stories I like, and like I never like to choose something where I'm like, he's too strong, he's too big, it's
Yeah.
gonna freak me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, that's why people like romances because in a lot of them, they are equals. They are good for each other.
Yes.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
they have like their happily ever after is like, yes, they're in love, but they also are starting these new lives where they're equals. They're each providing
so
something.
great.
And it's just like what I want to see and read all the time.
Exactly. Exactly. And also, that's something that sets erotica apart from porn, because I think that's a little more, I mean, it's definitely more difficult to get from a porn unless it's like a full length porn.
Yeah.
You know, but most of the ones that you can catch online are like not really that. But erotica gives you enough of the base, the subtext, the like context,
Yeah.
to know that it's like, yeah, they are equals. You get that ending that you want, where you feel like, okay, they're on par with each other. They're partners. They're doing their own thing. They're both empowered.
Yes.
And they have
Yeah.
great sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
This is great.
This is
Yeah.
so fun. Everyone, Babe Squad, you can still pre-order it now, or
No,
when
it's
is
out.
it?
Oh,
it's
out.
Okay.
So
I
you
actually
can
just
straight
looked.
up
We
order
have
it.
4 reviews now.
Oh, nice. That's fantastic.
And there's at least one of those reviews is from somebody we don't actually know.
Hot
and
dog.
it was good.
That
So
is great.
It's
Well,
great.
Congratulations, you
Thank
guys. I
you.
cannot
Thank you.
wait to read it.
Please buy it.
Yeah.
And also please buy things that other people buy from this is a goat cat, teaser cat, catch your wand, cat toy.
Because Haley and I both have
Yeah.
purchased that quite a lot.
Nice.
And an audio auxiliary stereo extension audio cable.
I have not
Okay.
bought that.
Okay.
I think this might be my fault.
Okay.
Because
That's
I have my
fine.
VO set up.
You
as well.
should see what customers have also bought in my Amazon. Because it's stories and vibrators. I'm not
Love
kidding at all.
it.
I love it. Well, okay, Gina, Haley, thank you for getting hot as hell.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you. Wow.
Did you know a 2018 study showed half of prenatal vitamins tested had unacceptable levels of heavy metals? I'm Kat, mother of 3 and founder of Ritual. When I was 4 months pregnant, I couldn't find a prenatal I could trust, so I created my own. Ours is made traceable, third-party tested for heavy metals, and recently earned the Purity Award from the Clean Label Project. But don't just take my word for it. Get 25% off at ritual.com/prenatal.